Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharidhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharidhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam Daivim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nustaprayeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So today is the auspicious day in which we are celebrating the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra. So Lord Ramachandra appeared in the Treta Yuga, which was very long time ago, coming close to 1 million years ago, when Lord Ramachandra advented in this world. And Lord Ramachandra came along with three brothers, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrughna. So all four are understood to be Vishnu Tattva. In other words, they're not ordinary living entities. They're not jivas. We are jivas. We are ordinary living entities. But the Lord, when He comes in this world, He's of a different nature. So it's important for us to understand that when the Lord advances in this world, He is not an ordinary person. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also mentions about this. He said, "The foolish mock at me, descending amongst them like a human being. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be." So this is also true, as it was true for Lord Krishna, it was also true for Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is coming as an ordinary human being. He has a role to play. And his role is to show us the perfect king, how to rule perfectly, how to set the perfect example for everyone. Now, one of the most difficult things to understand in relation to the Leela of Lord Ramachandra is how he could exile Mother Sita. You will be familiar with the Leela that Lord Ramachandra had been in exile for 14 years. And while he was in exile, Ravana had come and kidnapped Mother Sita. Lord Ramachandra, therefore, went to Lanka, fought with Ravan, and brought back Mother Sita. And he brought Mother Sita back, and they came back to Ayodhya, and Lord Ramachandra ruled the kingdom. And he had the custom, when he was ruling, it was his custom to send out spies, because he wants to know what are the people saying about him. So Lord Ramachandra has some 6 spies go out every day, go around the kingdom. And every day they had to come back and report to Lord Ramachandra and tell him what the people were saying about him. So it happened that on one particular occasion, one of the spies happened to hear some unpleasant words spoken about Mother Sita, spoken about doubts about her chastity. It happened that there was one man who was a washerman, and the spy had heard this washerman arguing with his wife, and he even kicked her, and he told her that Lord Ramachandra, he may accept his wife back after she's been in the home of another man, but I don't want you back. And even the spy heard this man's mother plead with him that your wife has never done anything bad. She had no sin in her name. She was not engaged in any sinful activity. But the man, this washerman, was adamant. He said, I'm not taking her back. Lord Rama may take his wife back, but I'm not taking her back. She's gone to another man's home. She stayed away the whole night. I'm not going to take her back here. So this spy heard these nasty words spoken by this one washerman. And the spy came back, and he didn't want to report, he didn't want to reveal to Lord Ramachandra what he had heard. Anyway, every morning the different men would gather and they would report to Lord Ramachandra what had happened the day before. And Lord Ramachandra could understand that this one man is not revealing something. He's not speaking, he's not telling me what has actually taken place. So Lord Rama requested the man again and again, please tell me everything. I want to know everything which has happened. What have you heard from the citizens? The man was very reluctant to speak. However, the other spies, they told him, you better tell him, you better speak. You have to speak. So he explained to Lord Ramachandra what had happened. How this washerman had spoken unkindly and unpleasantly, saying that he doubted the chastity of Mother Sita, that Lord Rama was wrong to accept his wife back after she'd been taken to another man's home. So when Lord Ramachandra heard this, then he cried out and he called to Bharat and he said, Bharat, he said, I brought a bad name onto our whole lineage, all of our family, our forefathers. They're all put in shame because of what I have done. And he said to Bharat, he said, either Mother Sita should go into exile or you should cut my head off. However, Bharat pleaded with Lord Ramachandra. He pleaded with him that, Lord Brahma has testified to the chastity of Mother Sita, that she has done no wrong. She was taken by force by this person Ravan, but she has done no wrong, and she has kept her chastity intact perfectly. However, Lord Rama considered that the citizens, even one, although it's only one person in the whole kingdom, one person is doubting the character of Sita. So that is like a stain. And if there is one stain on the white cloth, then the cloth is ruined. So Lord Rama Chandra, he had that nature. As a king, he was very much concerned what the people thought. And when he heard that just one person in the whole kingdom had some doubt about the chastity of his wife, then he thought, either my wife has to go to exile or my head has to be cut off. And when Lord Ramachandra said like that, Bharat fainted. He could not even think, he could not consider how it's possible. But Lord Ramachandra insisted that this is the only way we can deal with this situation. So we should understand why this situation took place, why this event took place. And it is described for us. You know, the pastimes of Lord Rama, they're found in many different places. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 9th canto, chapters 10, 11, and 12, describe something about the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra and his family, his descendants, very briefly summarized. Sukadeva Goswami said, we've already heard so much. There's so many different scriptures, different renditions of the pastimes of Lord Rama. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it. However, in the Padma Purana, there's a canto, the 5th canto of Padma Purana describes a lot about the pastimes of Lord Rama. And it's very interesting to know what is mentioned there in relation to Mother Sita and what happened to her, how she was put into this situation. You know, it's nothing is by chance. There's a reason for everything. So in the 5th canto of the Padma Purana, it's later on in the 5th canto, and it describes there how there was this washerman who why he had this angry nature that he could speak so harshly about Mother Sita. It is described there that at the time of the appearance of Mother Sita, you know, Mother Sita, of course, she's born from the earth, and she was found, taken by Janaka Maharaj. Janakpur, you can go and visit Janakpur. It's in Nepal today. But Janakaraj, the father of Sita, is considered the father of Sita. He was performing ritual plowing the field with the royal bulls and the royal plow when he unearthed a golden box, and within the box there was a beautiful young baby girl. So she became known as Sita, and he brought her up. So when Sita was a young girl, Padma Purana describes that on one occasion she heard some two parrots talking to each other. Understand, it's Treta Yuga. Now in Treta Yuga, people in Treta Yuga are not like people in Kali Yuga. People in the Treta Yuga, they were much more pious and religious, and they have mystic powers, and they could do a lot of things we cannot do. So similar, we can understand there were living entities like the bears and the monkeys who were all fighting for Lord Ramachandra in the Battle of Lanka, that they could also talk to each other. So these two parrots, they were talking. One was a male and one was a female. Right? Sutta and Sari, right? Male and female parrot. And so they were very much attached to each other, and they were enjoying their loving conversation, and they began to speak about a young princess named Sita, and they were describing about her activities and how she would marry a powerful great king. She would marry a man whom everyone would like to have for a husband. A man with the greatest qualities, the greatest strength, the most noble demeanor. The two parrots they were discussing, they were describing. So Mother Sita heard these two parrots talking to each other, and she asked them, "What is this? Where did you get all this from? Who told you all this?" And the parrots told Sita that we have heard this from Valmiki. He's a great sage, and he describes this. He sings this every day. We have heard him reciting about the activities of the great king, Lord Rama, and his consort, Sita. So Sita was a young girl, and she was very puzzled about all of this. And she asked the parrots, "Tell me more. Tell me everything. I want to know. How do I get married, and what will happen?" And the two parrots went on to explain more about how she would marry, how this young man, Lord Ram, would come, and he would have to pick up the great bow of Lord Shiva, and he would break the bow, and then he would accept Sita as his wife, and they would live together and rule the world. So the two parrots, they didn't know that this girl was actually Sita. So when she told them that, I am Sita, are you telling me about this is going to happen to me, that I'm going to have a husband like this? And so she had someone capture the two parrots and keep them. And she said to the parrots that, "I'm going to keep you here until everything you say comes true." But the parrots, they pleaded that, "Oh, please, no, we don't want to stay in this palace with you. We're birds of the forest. Our home is in the trees. Please don't keep us here in this place. We cannot stay here." But Mother Sita said, "No, I have to keep this female parrot with me. She has to stay. You can go, the male parrot, you go if you want, but she has to stay. I want to see that everything she has said comes true. And when it comes true, then I will release her. So the female parrot was very disturbed that, oh no, please, I'm pregnant. I'm going to have a family soon. Please let me go back to the forest. But the mind of Sita would not be changed. So the female bird was lamenting that, please, I have to deliver my children, my offspring. Let me give birth to the family. After I deliver my family, I will come back to you. But Sita said, no, 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 you stay here with me. And the male parrot also became very upset. He became angry that you should let my wife go. We're having a family. Please don't disturb our social life. Mother Sita she would not change. She was no, you have to stay with me. So the female bird became so despondent, she became so disappointed that she gave up her life in because she could not think to continue to exist in the place. And she gave up her life. But before she died, she told Sita that you are keeping me away from my husband. The same thing will happen to you when you are pregnant. You will be separated from your husband, just as you are separating me from my husband when I'm pregnant. The same thing will happen to you. And her male companion, he was very angry also, and he was so angry that he fell into the Ganga and died there in the Ganga. Now, the female bird, when she died, when she gave up her body, she was uttering the name of Lord Rama. She uttered the name of Lord Ram at the time of leaving her body. And she was absorbed in thinking of Lord Rama. So in her next life, she could take birth as a devotee. She could become very wonderful personality in Lord Rama's pastimes. And the male bird who died in an angry mood, he took birth as the washerman. That washerman who spoke harsh words about Mother Sita. That male bird, because he died in an angry state and he was upset with Mother Sita, so he died and he took his birth in a Sudra family as a washerman, and his name was Krodan. He's always in an angry mood and very critical, so much so that he would even criticize Mother Sita. So in this way, you can understand something, what happened, how it is that Sita had to suffer this way, the reaction, the curse from the parrots. Now we may say, well, curses, they're divine personalities. Mother Sita and Lord Rama, they're divine personalities. We cannot curse them. We cannot put them into bad situations. If they're so powerful, they can change the curse. But remember, they're playing the part of ordinary people. Lord Rama's come as an ordinary person. Although he's the Supreme Lord, he's playing the part of a human being. That's very important, because it's only in the human form of life that he can actually kill Ravan, which is one of the real purposes of Lord Rama coming into this world. There was a point, Bharat had come to see Lord Ram. Maharaja Dasarath, the father, had died, and Lord Ram should become the king and sit on the throne of Ayodhya. But Lord Ram had gone into the forest in exile. So Bharat came there and requested Lord Rama to come back and rule the kingdom. But at the same time, the great sages, they had all been petitioning the Lord to come and to kill Ravan, because it was only in the human form that Ravan could be killed. Ravan was so proud, he thought, nobody can harm me. He thought, an ordinary human, he will never have any strength to do any harm to me. So Ravan did not even take the benediction to be protected from humans. And so the Devas knew this. He had the benediction that no demigod could kill him, but he never took a benediction to protect himself against humans. So the demigods knew this, and they wanted the Lord to come in the human form and kill Ravan. So the demigods, they're appealing to Lord Ram, stay in the forest, because you have to confront Ravan. You have to kill him. But Bharat's coming, and he's saying, come back to Ayodhya, be the king. So, the Devas are trying to pull him one way, and Bharat's trying to pull him the other way. A difficult situation, trying to please everyone. But Lord Ramachandra is very expert in dealing with these difficult situations. So the solution was, he gave Bharat his padukas. And Bharat took the padukas back to Ayodhya, placed them on the throne, and worshipped them. So Lord Rama was present in Ayodhya by his slippers, by his padukas. And he stayed in the forest, and he went on to confront with Ravan. So the cursing of Mother Sita by the parrots, it came about. It happened like that. Not by chance, but it's a reaction for what had happened there. This is how it's described in the Padma Purana. Now, Mother Sita, as the Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, she was never actually taken by Ravan. This is discussed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had met one devotee of Lord Rama, and he was lamenting how Mother Sita had been taken away by Ravan. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then had the opportunity to come across a reference in the Shastra which described that actually Mother Sita was never touched by Ravan. What happened when Ravana came to take Mother Sita was there was a Maya Sita created. Because this Ravana is so demoniac, he cannot be qualified to even touch or even come near Mother Sita. So when Ravana came to kidnap Sita, at that time it was a Maya Sita who appeared and took the place of the actual divine mother Sita, who is the eternal consort of Lord Ramachandra. So that Maya Sita went to Lanka, and she was in Lanka. It was never the divine Sita. And then after Lord Rama had gone to Lanka and killed Ravan, then he built the fire, and they wanted to show the chastity of Mother Sita. At that time, the Maya Sita entered into the fire, and the real divine Sita came out of the fire. So this is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu found a reference to this in Vedic Shastras, that the Divine Mother Sita could never be touched by Ravan. So Lord Chaitanya showed this to the devotee of Lord Rama. And when the devotee saw this, then he was very happy. And his lamentation was removed. He could understand the real glory of Mother Sita. When we go on parikrama in Mayapur, we visit the different islands of Navadvip. And one of the places in Navadvip is Modadrumadvip. And in Modadrumadvip, we hear how Lord Ramachandra had come there in the Treta Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just 500 years ago, Kali Yuga. But in Treta Yuga, nearly 1 million years ago, at that time, Lord Ramachandra, he had come there to Navadvip, and he had come to Modadrumadvip. And he was enjoying the beauty of that place. If you go to Modadrumadvip, it's nothing like Bangalore, So many roads and streets and, oh my goodness, traffic everywhere. Modadrumadvip, beautiful trees, very nice green trees, a lot of nature. Lord Ramachandra was enjoying the beauty of the place. And Mother Sita could see how Lord Ramachandra was so happy there. And so she requested him, "My dear husband, what are you thinking? I see you looking very happy." And Lord Ramachandra then spoke to Mother Sita, and he told her, he said, yes, he said, I'm thinking how in the Kali Yuga, when I descend, I will come to this place. And Lord Ramachandra went on how he said, in the Kali Yuga, you will also come. You will be my wife. You're my eternal consort. But while I'm here, I will take sannyas and I will leave. And Sita was, what? Why you married me in the beginning? You're going to take sannyas? You're going to go away and leave me? What is this? But Lord Rama explained to Mother Sita that, no, this is the love, to increase the love between us, the separation, that vipralamba, that will bring us together again in the spiritual world. And we will be reunited in the spiritual abode. So you have to understand the situation. Lord Rama became king of Ayodhya. And when he is the king, he hears the criticism of Mother Sita. So he requests Bharat, Lakshman, take Sita to the ashram of Valmiki. She was already 5 months pregnant. She was carrying. So take her to the ashram, but let her stay there. So, and while Mother Sita was there, after she had delivered the children, then she returned to the earth. She entered back into the earth. So Lord Ramachandra is alone. He is the king. And of course, Lord Ramachandra has made the vow, Eka Patni Vrat, only one wife. His father, Maharaj Dasarath, well, he had 3 principal wives, but he had 360 other wives also. It's explained that Parasuram, the Shaktavesha avatar, he made a vow to kill the Kshatriya race. He was particularly disgusted with the Kshatriyas, particularly one Kartavirya Arjun. And Parasuram set about killing them with his axe. He went all over the globe to kill the Kshatriya race. But there was one concession. If a Kshatriya is getting married, he would not kill them. So it happened, whenever he came to Ayodhya, Maharaj Datharas was marrying another wife. There was always a marriage going on in Ayodhya. So in this way, Maharaj Dasarath had 360 wives. So Parasuram would not kill, you see. Anyway, Lord Rama, he made the vow, only one wife. Lord Rama, of course, he's the Supreme Lord. Just after he had married Sita, he was coming back from Mithila with his brothers, and they had their wives also. At that time, Parasuram approached them with the bow of Vishnu. And Lord Ramachandra saw Parasuram carrying the bow of Vishnu. Lord Ramachandra took it from his hand, and he held that bow in his own hand. And he told Parasurama that now your incarnation is finished. Now you're finished your incarnation. Now you can go and meditate. Go to Mahendra Mountain and be peaceful there and meditate. I have come. It is said you cannot have 2 swords in one sheath. You know the sheath to put you can only put one sword in there. So you cannot have Lord Rama and Parasurama there. So this is how it's explained. So Lord Rama told Parasurama, now I have advented, you're finished. Your work as avatar is done. Now you go. And in this way, Lord Ramachandra took the bow of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Ramachandra, he is the king. But when Mother Sita entered the earth, he has no wife. And as a king, he has to perform many ritualistic ceremonies. And when you do a ritual, you have to have the wife sitting beside the king. You cannot do the ritual without the wife. You know the story about Lord Brahma? Lord Brahma, he was doing the ritual, and his wife is Saraswati. But she was taking a long time. You know, ladies, you you all understand, right? It takes time. And they were telling Lord Brahma, where's your wife? The auspicious time is coming for the ritual. And she said, I'm coming, just be patient. The time for the ritual came. The Brahmana said, what are we going to do? Where's your wife? She said, I'm coming. Didn't come. They told, now is the time for the ritual. You need a wife. Oh, take this girl. She can be your wife. There was another lady there, and so they took that lady, and Lord Brahma took her, and she sat with Lord Brahma as his wife. And of course, when Saraswati came, and saw that Lord Brahma already had another wife, she was not very happy. You could understand, right? Ladies could understand. Huh? Oh, you could not wait for me, huh? You took another wife. So I curse you. You will only be worshipped in one place. And that, of course, that is Puskar. So the Lord Brahma, he got that curse because he took a second wife. Lord Ramachandra, however, he one wife and he kept that vow. So how did he do the rituals? He has to perform the rituals. So a deity of Mother Sita was made. And whenever there was a ritual, Lord Rama would sit beside the deity of Mother Sita. And in this way, they would perform the ritualistic ceremony. So this is how Lord Ramachandra solved the situation. However, in the Kali Yuga, you see the situation reversed. Because in the Kali Yuga, Lord Ramachandra comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sita comes as Vishnu Priya. And it happened, previously Lord Ramachandra had been left in the Treta Yuga. He'd been left alone with no wife. His wife had gone. So he had to have the deity of Sita there. In the Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes sannyas and Vishnu Priya is left alone. She has no husband. But Mahaprabhu is there in the deity. She worshipped the deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that deity is worshipped there in Navadvip. It is called Dameshwar Mahaprabhu. So you see how the situation is reversed. Mother was very much devoted to her husband. She could not live without him. So when she was in exile, living in the ashram of Valmiki, after delivering the children, she entered into the earth and went back to the eternal abode in the spiritual sky. So Lord Ramachandra, he has his own abode in the spiritual sky. Just like we speak about Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Krishna's abode there in the spiritual sky. In the same way, there is also Ayodhya in the spiritual sky. And Lord Ramachandra resides there eternally with Mother Sita and his devotees. When Lord Ramachandra ruled the world, it said, for 11,000 years. And when it came time for him to return to the eternal abode, at that time, he told all the people of Ayodhya, they all entered into the Sarayu River, and they all went back to Godhead. Except for Hanuman. Hanuman is also the very dear devotee of Lord Ramachandra. But Lord Ramachandra requested Hanuman, you stay here. You don't need to go to the spiritual sky. You stay here in this place. And Hanuman said he's residing in Kimparusha Loka. Kimparusha Loka, it's very near to Mount Meru. And Hanuman is residing there. And he has the benediction that he can go wherever there is Ram Katha, wherever there is the glorification of Lord Ramachandra, then Hanuman wants to be there to hear the glories of his divine master. So the devotees of Lord Ramachandra, they worship Lord Ramachandra. Generally, it's in Dasyaras as the servant. Lord Ramachandra is the king. So, when you approach the king, there's a special etiquette in approaching the king. Special language, so much formal behavior is required in approaching a great king. Even today, if you go to a country like England or Thailand, and they have kings there, although the kings are not so powerful as they used to be, but still it's a great honor to be able to meet them and to go near them, and everyone has to be taught how to approach, the kneeling and the bowing and the bending, and even I know in Thailand they have a special language which is used when you address the royal king. It's a special grammar which is used just for the king. So Lord Ramachandra, he plays the part of the perfect king, the perfect ruler. And that was why he exiled Mother Sita, to satisfy the people. Because any criticism of the king, then it's very bad for the government. They don't want it. It is said Lord Ramachandra had the policy that if there was any complaint against him, then you could come and you could voice your complaint to him. If there was anything wrong in the kingdom, the doors of his palace were open and you could come there. But nobody would come. Everyone was so happy. Everyone was so satisfied and felt cared for. It is described, however, one time there was a dog. A dog came and the dog was bleeding. He had been beaten on the head. It was bleeding. So when Lord Ramachandra saw this dog, he asked the dog what had happened. And the dog explained, he said, this one Brahmana beat me. He was carrying his cane and he beat me on the head. So Lord Ramachandra immediately sent his messenger, go, bring that Brahmana here. I want to question him. So that they brought the Brahmana to the palace of Lord Rama. And Lord Rama asked the Brahmana, did you beat this dog? Were you responsible for his wound? His head is bleeding. So the Brahmana said, yes. He said, it was my fault. He said, I'm very sorry. He said, I was begging. Brahmanas, they have that right. They can beg. Brahmanas are not supposed to work. They're supposed to only worship the deities and teach how to worship the deity. They can study Shastra and they can teach Shastra. And they can accept charity and they can give charity also. Kali Yuga Brahmanas are expert in only one thing. Any guesses? Which thing do you think the Brahmanas are most expert in? Yeah, not difficult to guess, right? Anyway, this Brahmana said, I was begging and nobody was giving anything. I was not getting any food. My home was empty. My family were all hungry. I could not get anything. Nobody was helping. Nobody was giving anything. And then this dog came and was bothering me. So I got angry. I hit it. I shouldn't have. He said, yeah, I'm sorry. I got angry. I should have controlled my anger. I should not. So Lord Ramachandra said, he considered the situation. He said, oh, yes. He said, this is very bad. He said, you have to be punished for this. He said, the punishment is you should become the head of the mutt. You have to, we're going to put you in charge of the ashram. So some people, they thought, what? That's a punishment? Isn't that an honor to be put in charge? And the dog said, no, that's a punishment. He said, in my last life, I was in charge of the ashram. Yes, it's explained that if, you know, when you take a position of responsibility and you have to look after people, if you get angry easily, then it's not very good. So this man, he had the nature to get angry. So by putting him in charge, you know, he's going to get angry again easily, and he's going to suffer. He'll get reactions. So this was the punishment. This is how Lord Ramachandra dealt with that one situation. So Lord Ramachandra, his pastimes are so glorious, so wonderful. It is described for us so nicely in so many different ways by so many devotees. Valmiki Ramayana, 24,000 verses. And that is the summary of the Mula Ramayana. Mula Ramayana, 10 crore verses. The Mula Ramayana is what the demigods recite. And Brahma, Narada Muni heard the Mula Ramayana from Lord Brahma. So they wanted to summarize the Mula Ramayana because people, human beings, they wouldn't be able to read so many verses. So they summarized it to 24,000 verses. And each verse, each of the 1,000 verses begins with one of the syllables from the Brahma Gayatri mantra. So it's a meditation. Just as when we chant Gayatri mantra, we meditate on the Lord. So when we read Ramayana and when we hear the pastimes of Lord Rama, it's a meditation on the Lord. There are 7 khandas, and each of these different khandas, they represent the different parts of the form of Lord Ramachandra. So today, on this day, we're remembering the mercy of Lord Ramachandra. We have to be grateful. There's a story that there was this one bird, a crane, and he saw there was a person dying in the forest. So the crane began to feed him and care for him, and the man recovered. And the crane was so nice to this man. He told the man, he said, nearby there's a king. You can go there, he'll give you some charity. So the man went there and he met the king, and the king was kind and charitable, gave him some wealth. And the man came back. He came back through the forest. But when he came through the forest, he saw the bird which had helped him. He killed the bird and he ate it. So that was very sinful, very ungrateful. And it said when the king heard that the man had done this, then the king punished the man. And the punishment was he should be put in the forest where all the Rakshasas live. Because the Rakshasas, they enjoy human flesh. But when they put this man in the forest where all the Rakshasas live, the Rakshasas would not touch him because they heard how ungrateful he'd been. That the crane had saved him and fed him and nourished him, and he had killed it and ate it. So the Rakshasas thought, we don't want to eat that kind of flesh. It's not tasty. We won't enjoy that meat. So we can understand how we should be grateful to Lord Ramachandra that he has given us so much. He has given us his compassionate glance, giving us his holy name and his glorious pastimes to remember. So we should be grateful for these things. And on this day, on his appearance day, we pray to him that we can be engaged in his divine service. So we will stop here today and we'll ask if there's any question or any comment. Anyone?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, what happened to the two parrots in that story?
You have to speak up. I can't
What
hear.
what happened to the two parrots?
What happened?
To the two parrots.
What happened to the two parrots? Well, the one parrot, which was the female parrot, she was liberated, right? When she died, a vehicle came from the spiritual world and took her back to the heavenly planets. She assumed a golden form. But the male parrot, remember the female parrot was remembering Lord Rama, and she was, you know, she was not committing any offense. She was just simply remembering Lord Rama and feeling very sorry to be separated from her husband. So she went to the heavenly abode. And the male parrot, however, because he died in an angry state, having lost his wife and felt that it was unjust in the dealings of Mother Sita. So the male parrot, he became the washerman. He became that washerman who spoke cruel words about Mother Sita, which brought about the exile of Sita. And it's also said that that washerman, in his next birth, he took birth in Krishna Lila. And at that time, he became the laundryman of King Kamsa. And when Lord Krishna had come to Mathura, you know, Akrura brings Krishna and Balaram to Mathura for the wrestling match. At that time, Lord Krishna met with this laundryman. And this laundryman had a lot of nice cloth. King Kamsa enjoyed the best, you know, buying nice cloth, nice material, beautiful colors. And Lord Krishna, he's coming from Vrindavan. He's coming from the village. He's, you know, the cowherd boy. He's been a cowherd boy in Vrindavan for 12 years. And now he's coming to Mathura. Just like, you know, maybe you live in the village and then you come to Bangalore, you know, so you see so many things. Oh, nice. When you live in the village, you know, it's more simple. The clothing and everything is of a different level. You dress differently. But when you come to the big city, oh, you want to dress in a more extravagant manner. So Lord Krishna, he had come from Vrindavan and he saw this Kamsa's laundryman with so many nice clothes. So he requested the laundryman, my dear laundryman, you have so many nice cloth there. Can you give some for me and my brother Balaram? And the laundryman said, don't be so cheeky. These clothes belong to King Kamsa. And if he knows you're speaking like this, he will have you punished. So don't talk like that again. So in this way, the laundryman was very nasty, you see. Because previous life, he was very nasty. So he had the nature again. This time he's still a laundryman and he's still working for some nasty person. So Lord Krishna ended his life, liberated him. He's fortunate. He got killed by Lord Krishna. So he got liberation to the Brahma joint.
Thank you, man.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for a very, very nice class. Maharaj, you mentioned that Brahmana has the right to beg. You mentioned that Brahmana has a right to beg. Is it right to beg or duty to beg?
Is it right to beg or duty to beg? Well, Brahmana has to live. He has to maintain his life. So how is he going to maintain his life? He's not working. He's not got any real income. So how does he maintain his life? He has to go out and maybe he can collect the grains in the marketplace on the ground or in the field. After the harvest, he can pick up the grains from the field. So sometimes like that. You can do also madhukari, begging some food from the people, taking a little from each person. This is very noble way to live. It's a very in Chaitanya Lila, there was one Suklambar Brahmachari. Suklambar Brahmachari. So Lord Chaitanya requested Suklambar Brahmachari that I want to come and eat lunch with you one day. So Suklambar, he gets his food by begging, and he collects the rice, a little here, a little there, and you don't get the best rice. You know you're going to get a lot of broken rice, chipped rice, and so on. So anyway, Suklambar, he cooked for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Lord Chaitanya came, and when he tasted the rice, he said, "Oh, nectar." He said, "I have never tasted such nectarian rice before," because it was all begged. It was all acquired honestly, without any unjust endeavor. You know, we work in some business or do some job and you have to do things and you use that money to go to the market to buy the food. You know, there's a lot of karma there. But when you just go begging and collecting, picking up grains from the ground or from the field like that, then there's no karma, much less karma anyway. So yes, brahmanas have they have that facility that they can do that. It's duty. It may be duty if they have some family to maintain. It's up to the brahmana to decide. Is it a duty or is it a right? Certainly, it's a right that is there. That they have that right. Duty may be duty, may not. What is duty? The duty ultimately is service to the Lord. Whatever we're doing, we do it as a service for Him, for His pleasure. So you go out and beg and you collect, and whatever you give, whatever you get, you use it for the service of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada, when he began the Krishna consciousness movement, he liked also that we should go out and we should beg, because it helps one to develop humility and detachment from the situation.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, can I ask one more question?
It's okay, go ahead. You have another question. Well, you have the mic, take it.
Thank you. Maharaj, so you mentioned that Valmiki Ramayana had 24,000 verses, but you also said that they didn't get the 10 crore verses because humans cannot remember so much. But this was in Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga people had more memory capacity than Kali Yuga people, right? So why not give them 10 crore verses?
That's for the demigods and the heavenly planets. They have the long life. They could do it. They can read 10 crore verses, 100 crore verses it was, 1 billion verses, 1 billion. So it takes a long time to go through, to read all that. Anyway, it was for the beings on the higher planets there. Just like Bhagavatam also. It's, our Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses, but in the higher planets, the Bhagavatam is many, many more verses. Because they have longer life, better memories, better intelligence, so they can hear these things. Yeah, you could say about Treta Yuga, people lived a longer time. Yeah, that's true. They did live a longer time. But still, it was felt there was a need to summarize the Mula Ramayana to make it more accessible for ordinary people. Because even in the Treta Yuga, not everyone would sit and hear the whole Ramayana.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for the wonderful insights in Ramayana. Maharaj, I was just thinking, Lord Ram, Mother Sita, they're like a ideal grahasthas. The perfect is a Maryada Purushottam. Now, in our day-to-day grahastha life, the expectation is the husband should be like a Lord Ram and wife should be like Mother Sita. How, and it is difficult to manage that expectations. How should we deal with this situations, Maharaj?
Well, it's certainly good for us to hear about the activities. We should understand we cannot become Rama and the wife also cannot become Sita. That's very important. If we're thinking, if the wife is thinking my husband should become like Rama, yeah, it's not possible. No, I explained Lord Rama is Vishnu. He's the Supreme Lord. We cannot become God. We are his servants. So we have to engage in the service of Lord Rama. It's important not to try to think that we can ever imitate Lord Rama or to expect your wife to imitate Mother Sita. We cannot do these things. We have to understand we are jivas. We're not divine beings. We're tiny parts of the Supreme Lord. So we should not make that mistake. That would certainly create problems in the marriage, right? you want the husband to be like Lord Rama. It's like sometimes the disciple wants the guru to be like Krishna, and the guru wants the disciple to be like Arjuna.
Maharaj, one more question. Pranams Maharaj. Mother Sita is so compassionate, loving to all. Even Prabhupada tells to follow the footsteps of Mother Sita. What made Sita to keep the female parrot? Sita being most compassionate, she represents Bhakti also. She is ideal and can never do any mistake. So please help me understand.
Well, I'm simply telling you how it's explained in Padma Purana. We have to accept the scriptures. It's very important that everything which we are presenting is from scriptural information. So in the Padma Purana, in the 5th canto of the Padma Purana, it is mentioned there about these two parrots, how one parrot had been speaking. And actually the parrots also lamented. They said, we have made a great mistake. We should have remembered what the sages say. The sages say, better to be silent, better not to speak. Don't say anything, because as soon as you say something, it can get you into trouble. So better to be silent. So the parrots learned the hard way. They're teaching us also the importance of controlling the tongue. Don't speak openly. Don't talk out. Okay. So from the pastimes of Lord Rama, we're seeing not only stories, not just only some lila, but the whole philosophy of the Vedic literature is there within Ramayana. The whole teachings of the Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra and Bhagavad Gita, it's all there within Ramayana. So we can also study Lord Ramayana and be greatly purified. So some people we know in the Sri Vaishnavas, they're very much attached to hearing Ramayana. They spend a lot of time Ramayana. For us, we are happy to read Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Sri Vaishnavas, they're not so much focused on Lord Krishna, and they consider Lord Krishna, or they consider Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be avatar, different. And they consider Vishnu to be supreme and Krishna to be avatar. And we say Lord Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. And Lord Ramachandra, he is one of the avatars. He is Lila avatar. And Padma Purana also describes about Rama Lila in a different yuga, not just only in the previous, within this kalpa, but in the previous kalpa. The Ramayana, Padma Purana describes Rama Lila from that time. So there are different and presentations of Rama Lila in different times. Just like in Srimad Bhagavatam, we get also different presentations about Lord Varaha. There's a red Varaha, and there's a white Varaha in different yugas. So different times, the Lord comes and he may have the same form, but some difference in the Leelas may be there. So similarly within Ramayana, you get some variations in the pastimes of Lord Rama. And some people say that Lava and Kush, they're not actually the two sons of Lord Rama, but they're actually just sons of a king. So there's always some discussion going on, some different opinions between the different acharyas. So we try to understand everything, guided by sadhu, shastra, and guru. So Srila Prabhupada liked us to also observe Ramnami. On this Ramnami day, he would have us chant Raghupati Raghava Ragaram Patita Pavana Sitaram. Yeah, usually we wouldn't chant this, but on Ramnami, it's very good to chant in glorification of Lord Ramachandra. And some of our temples also, we have also Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. Just like in Juhu, in Mumbai, we have Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman there. And then also in the USA, in Washington, D.C., they're worshipping also Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. In London, in Bhaktivedanta Manor, we have also Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. And so we're happy to worship the Lord. But the mood of worshipping Lord Ramachandra is Dasharas. You know, Lord Krishna, we're thinking more about Madhurya Ras, conjugal relationship. But with Lord Ramachandra, the Lord is worshipped with more Aishwarya, giving more respect to him. It's important. The distance between the king and the subjects. So Hanuman, as the servant of Lord Ram, he's always kneeling. He's always got his arms folded, waiting for service. And as soon as there's some service, immediately Hanuman is ready. He's eager for service. So we learn from Hanuman that wonderful enthusiasm, that eagerness to serve the Lord, that surrender is there. This morning we were speaking about surrender, how everyone was surrendered. Lakshman was surrendered. He was directly serving Lord Ramachandra. And Bharat, he was also surrendered to Lord Rama, but he was serving the instructions of Lord Rama. Lord Rama was in one place and Bharat was in another place. But he was surrendered and he was serving the instruction. And then you have Shatrughna. Shatrughna is also surrendered and he's serving Bharat. So like that, surrender in different degree, different ways. So the Ramayana is all about that surrender. And the real glory of the Ramayana comes when Vibhishan surrenders. It's not just only killing Ravan. That could have been done without a big thing. That was not a big thing for Lord Rama to kill Ravan. But what was important was Vibhishan coming and surrendering to Lord Rama and becoming his devotee. That is the real glory of the Ramayana and the Leela of Lord Ram, that Vibhishan left everything to come and take shelter of Lord Ramachandra. So this is something which is brought out in the Ramayana. Valmiki Ramayana, we say, is the authorized version of Ramayana. There are many different versions, they present different things, but Valmiki, Prabhupada said that this is actually the authorized Ramayana. Okay, so we will stop here now. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,
Sure.
Gaur Premanande.
Such a wonderful rendition of Ramayana. Before I thank Maharaj, a quick urgent announcement. There is a vehicle that is parked wrongly opposite to one of our apartments here. KA01MF8171. KA0F01MF8171. It's a desired vehicle. Please immediately remove the vehicle. Hare Krishna. So let us all thank Maharaj and express our gratitude for this wonderful rendition of Ramayana on this very auspicious day of Ram Navami by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those who are interested, we have an online class tomorrow via the Zoom. It is posted in the WhatsApp group also. Maharaj is going to talk about ideal grihastha life. So it is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So those who want to attend, please look at the flyer that has been posted in the WhatsApp group and you can connect online. That's on Zoom. Now, on this auspicious occasion, I'd like to ask, how many of you have heard Ramayana? Maharaj also wonderfully spoken about Ramayana. How many of you have Ramayana with you? How many of you do not have? So this is a wonderful occasion for you. You see there are Ramayana books stacked on the table over there. Those who are interested, and what better day on this auspicious occasion of Navami, you can have your personal copy. You can quickly go. We have Rudranath Prabhu over there. Quickly collect your copy, personal copy, and the icing on the cake is, we have requested Maharaj if he can give his personal signature on your personal copy. So those who are interested, right now you can go to the counter, collect your personal copy of Ramayana and come over in our queue, and we can have Maharaj sign the copy for you. How many of you have come for the first time here? Kindly raise your hands. How many of you have come for the first time here?